Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. I figured today I'm just gonna play a game, show you guys what I think during this stupid d4 game, and yeah, then I will just continue with my day. So we're playing Maze, 14-14. I'm already in a little bit of time trouble, or I'm already down on time. Deciding what we're gonna play. So let's play Knight f6, just some classical stuff. I play c4, so it's a queen's gambit. Yeah, and I'm looking at this line and I'm thinking it's always so boring. And you know, you can play some types of queen's gambit decline setup here with e65. You can play some type of Grunfeld with g6, knight c3, d5, and it's very positional. You can also play c5, and it's not good if white pushes the pawn, having a lot of space, but it's at least something more, not that I'm more familiar with it, but it's more tactical. It's more something I would like to play and not like boring and positional, even though it's not good. And after d5, I guess we're gonna try to play a Benoni with b5 takes, a6 takes, and g6, where we will try to put the rooks here and try to get some quick development, get some play on these open diagonals. But he doesn't play it. He doesn't play it. He plays e3, and we're out of theory. So again, the normal steps are to consider the captures, to consider his plans, and to consider our own. So we can see here that white has a great center, and we have a pawn on c5 and a knight here, and he can still push for d5, and I think white wants to play d5. So it makes sense to me that we are stopping his plan and play d5 ourselves, and after it takes, oops, I didn't think about that. Okay, I kind of blundered here. I might have blundered here, I'm not sure. Yeah. Because after takes, knight takes, he has e4, and he now still has a center. Oops. And that's why you should calculate, ladies and gents. Wait, but if you take here, and then check here, but we can also just take it immediately with this. So the move is definitely not knight takes, then e4, and I want to stop calculating there, but let's say knight b6, d5, and look at this. Bishop, where does the bishop go? My knight is kind of trapped as well. Ugh. If queen takes, knight c3, back, but he doesn't get this move immediately in, because this is still attacked twice, and so let's say in here, back, and if he takes here, we'll take here probably. He takes with the knight, we play e6, targeting this pawn. I like this move a little bit better, even though it's not so much better. We're also eyeing this if ever the bishop moves for now, and he doesn't play knight c3, but he will probably play knight c3. So yeah, we calculated this line, we're just gonna go for it. Back, and if it takes, we take. King takes, e6. If he tries to defend the pawn with b5, I guess knight c6 or a4. I think a4. Oh wow, he plays this. Okay, so I think he wants this and then takes, and then attacking this twice, which makes sense. And if you do knight c3 takes, well, knight c3 maybe takes. After take, you can still take like this, but now we don't have the knight as a resource. We have doubled up b pawns, doesn't look good. So let's say bishop d7, if takes, Ooh. Take. It's actually very unpleasant here. We very much have a unpleasant position. It's choose your poison. Again, we're not doing great. It's both not looking very attractive, but now we have to decide which one is less bad. So bishop d7 takes. If you play d6, yes, take. It doesn't look that bad. But if you go here, takes, and d7 here, still have to play knight c6, or we play a6. In that position. If knight moves back, we can't go for it. Can we go for b5? I'm not sure. Yeah, they're both bad. And if knight c3, at least I calculated this line. But if knight c3, takes. Or even take immediately. But then take. And if takes, who cares? And then d6, b5, a4. And if he doesn't, there's a3, we can go here. Yeah, maybe knight c6, a little bit better. But not much. It's safe to say that we're not in a great... Oh wait, I might have missed something here. Yeah, I missed something here. I missed d4. I missed d5. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna play a piece down. It's yeah, I missed that move completely. And just calculated lines much further down the position, and this is the result. d5. My knight is pinned. I'm gonna lose the knight. Okay, that's oopsie. That's a oopsie. Now if knight takes, we might... No, this is just bad. Yeah, I just played this totally wrong. Oops. That's all I can say. Oops. So how to get the most out of this position without... Okay, we're gonna lose this knight anyways. Might as well make the most out of it, right? So let's say if I take with the knight, knight takes, you can give a check, knight goes back. We still have this awkward pin, but now we're not forced to change queens, which if you just play a6 takes does look to be even worse. So let's take with the knight, because if bishop takes, he's attacking, or am I just hallucinating at the moment? Takes, queen, oh no, wait, then queen takes, yeah. And all those shenanigans. And here I don't feel forced to exchange queens. I thought, at least. Because now we're down a piece for a pawn. Can play knight here, protect this twice. I hope that's okay. Maybe bishop e6. Trying to just get some real quick development in. And this is, yeah. Okay, we take back. And notice how we are down, but we're not resigning, because at this level you might never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes people loosen up a bit, and then they don't look for tactics anymore, which is inevitable on every single level. What we want to do is just keep as many pieces on the board, look for counterplay, even if it's dubious. Yeah, and just try to look for the best defense where it's not obvious for white what to do. Like if you took with the queen, it's obvious for him to just exchange. But now He has to actually think about his move. He has under the pressure that he has to win this game. Like, he knows he's better. So I'm not. No, I'm kind of worried, but I'm not super worried, let's say. Opponent in a think tank right now. And we're playing 10 plus 5, so 10 plus 5 allows us to think a little bit more about our moves. So his plan probably would be to play knight f3, and we could play, and he wants to castle, but we can play bishop a6 to stop those things at the right moments. What we need to worry about right now is our development, and as I see it right now, he's this. I want to castle, so I'm gonna play e6, just to disable pawn structure, bishop e7, and castle probably. There's not much tension in the position, which is probably good for us. Okay, let's play bishop a6, stop him from castling. So we're stopping his plans a little bit. We're trying to regroup ourselves with emphasis on trying, where we'll just try to make life as difficult for him as possible. I think this rook belongs on d1, bishop probably here. Just some not too ambitious moves, because the more ambitious we get, the more holes we have in our defense at the moment, unless we have a greater position, even though we're down a piece. But for now, okay. We could almost say we sacked a piece for the bishop pair, I guess. We want to, yeah. And we have an extra pawn, so yeah. Okay, he's attacking this twice. He's attacking this twice. Queen attacks this. And the knight is so annoying, especially on this, when he's in our area, right? So we have to check everything else, everything. Like, okay, and they're still here, but we also have to check this. And yeah, this could be annoying at some point, actually. But now, let's get back to the facts, and he's attacking this pawn. And if we move this here, everything seems to be okay, but it's just a passive rook. But it's the best we've got for now. It's the best we've got. And again, bishop e7, maybe bishop f6 now, just targeting this. And this is now also a target, maybe, in the future. So we'll see. Yeah, our German friend is very good. Very good. Has a very good position and queen centralized. Right on the center of the board. She has a lot of tactical ideas at some point, probably. Okay, queen c7. Protects this knight. But he could support it with f5 if you play, for example, bishop d6. Do we have any tactics? Oh, I see this king. He's not chilling. He is not chilling. Ding is also not chilling. I know. But should we do anything about it? Well, I don't see any concrete ways to give it a mate. Like, if the queen could end up here without the queen being here, and you know, something like this is all gone. Yes, that would be made, but it's not the case at the moment. So he's gonna probably slowball it. Bishop e7, bishop e7, long castles, maybe. Oh, he might go for a long castle here, indeed. He might indeed go for long castles. But we'll just have to play solidly, unfortunately. Bishop d7, he wants the long castle. Let him reveal his cards. And he goes here, he still wants to castle short. My boy still wants to castle short. Yeah, I feel like I can go for a little bit of initiation here. This is undefended. This is this is undefended. This is kind of undefended. It's defended by a king and a queen. We might be able to go for something like queen b4, attacking this twice. So if he castles, we can take it. But then he has a5, and that's slightly annoying. We can also just castle ourselves, and after he castles, wonder what to do with our life. Yeah, time is short. Let's just keep it simple. Let's castle. And okay, there's an x-ray here. So let's say queen b4, he plays rook e1. That's quite simple. So let's just keep developing. Rook d1, rook d8, excuse me. And perhaps then we'll play bishop f6, maybe even f6, but that weakens this pawn as it loses the defense of it. I don't like to give him easy targets. This is already a target for him anyways. So yeah. Rook d1. Alright. So after the exchange takes, we have rook d1. He has to then move it again, and then we can go something like this. I think I like this. Even though we're exchanging pieces, we do get some activity for it in return. If he goes back, we cannot play this as the knight. The pesky knight is defending that stupid square. So we might need to play something better. What about this move? Queen b4 now, attacking this. I like it. Also, I'm low on time. And after the knight moves, we have checkmate. We have to play tricky. He has to defend it somehow. And it's not obvious how he will defend it. Also, we have some ideas of a discovery, like playing c4, allowing this x-ray to be very nicely executed here. But as you can see, our opponent made a mistake. We're trying to... oh, he didn't make a mistake. He's defending this now. But now we can attack this. This looks also reasonable. If he plays f5, oh yeah, that's kind of problematic. Oopsie. But if he moves it away again, then we can take this knight and give checkmate. That was the idea. But now, we don't have that idea anymore. It's very sad. I played this a little bit too fast, I guess. Maybe c4 would have been a bit more tricky. But we have already played the move, and we see a knight on g3. And anytime I heard from the chess bros pieces on this, we can just go for something like this, not immediately obviously g6, h5, h4. But as for down on pieces, I don't know if that's good, but it's the best we have, I think. It might be the best we have. I think bishop d6 is an accuracy, because I'm also interfering with the line of the rook. The rook is not happy now. The queen, bishop, maybe they're having hope. They're having hope, but the rook, nope, not having it today. Not having it today. And our opponent, to his credit, is thinking about these moves. It's really good. And he goes back. Wow, and we let's calculate. If you take, he's forced to take. We give a check. He goes here. Ah, I see. And we don't really have a checkmate. But we do have checks. We do have counterplay. We still go for it because we have rook d8. And now we're still threatening mate. And he has no checks. I checked. The last. Yeah, well, he has this check. Might have been a very nice queen sack if it worked, but I don't see it working. He might play knight g5. Huh? Knight g5, I give mate. Also, if he moves here, I can just take. If there was no mate. But mate is definitely on the board. And he actually solved his problem, my problems for me. He caused me to open up the rook, which we used immediately here. And he goes there. Okay. So let's give a check. Opponent is playing very resourcefully. It's very resourceful at the moment. I think check here. We also can give this, but then we drop the rook. We don't want to lose that rook. Let's give a check. I'm not sure. And then play something like this. Giving up this, because whatever. Whatever. Wait. Didn't we just say this was not good? Hey. Hey, Brian. It's not looking too great for you right now. And I'm sure we're better. I'm sure we could have just played something like this. Oh no, the knight. Yeah, I definitely calculated the knight takes and then I have this, right? I was not just panicking and trying to lock in him. Lock in the king for some reason. No. I think a rook g8 is a threat if he doesn't take. Because if he takes there, we have mate like this. No, we don't. The knight has moved and now the king has an escape square. Oh, wow. Wow. So what am I doing? Not regretting anything, am I? Nope, definitely not. Notice that this is still okay. And we are just threatening to get something here. If he takes, let's say check here, check here, we're just gonna check him all around the board until we get a mate. I think this is mate. Yeah. Maybe we can play something like this. Ooh, that would be a very high level move to add a defender there, but he goes for this and he's gonna play this, I guess. He's gonna play bishop g7 here. Yeah. So this endgame definitely not easy, but we're both low on time. Opposite color bishops might be a draw. So I'm just gonna go here, and if he goes here, we're gonna go there, targeting this. We don't want to exchange again. If we exchange rooks, we have opposite color bishops, and he has a better pawn structure as well, better king. So I'm definitely want to keep some tension here. And the difference between amateur and the pro, they say, is the end game, where I'm not so good at the end game, honestly, and I hope he isn't either. Yeah, so we have this double pawn from previous encounter. We might want to get rid of it. But yeah, he wants to play bishop b8 and win this pawn. So we have to do something against it. Let's activate this bishop first. And maybe we can play a6 then. This rook maybe slightly misplaced, as he has a dark strike bishop, he has strong dark squares, and he will attack it, obviously. So we go here. Attack him back. Make him think. And we're both treading on very, how you say it? Shallow waters or something? I don't know. Okay, let's go here. And we're getting a little bit higher on time, so now we can think a little bit. Finally, we can think. Okay, he goes for this pawn. We can go for the check, I guess. And then we can perhaps play this. Try to break up the pawn structure a little bit. We can also play this. And then he has to go here. And it restricts him a little bit more. Or he can go there. And that would not be good. So let's then play this. And if takes, we take. If push, that would be the hard one. If push, we also push. It's unclear to me. And we cannot calculate all lines. I don't know what's going on. Oh, we also have a chance of discovery. Like, we could play tricky, but I think he will flag it. Because endgames are really, really hard. And we undeservedly won this game. But I have to say, come on guys, this is much better than d4, d5. Yeah, something like that. So let's analyze the game. It's probably, yeah, not the game I'm most proud of, but we show some great resistance there. So d4, knight of 6, c4, c5, and e3, and we're out of theory. Best move, Engine says, or one of the best moves, is c takes d4, c takes d4, but not. I saw this and I saw that he has a great center here. I judged that this wouldn't be that great for black, but since we're playing c5 to begin with, it's practically positionally kind of dubious. d5 is not a mistake. We took with the queen, but after knight takes, I was kind of wondering after e4, let's say back or knight b6. I think we're kind of worse here, slightly worse. It definitely felt like we're slightly worse. Yeah, d5, and look, it's restricting the knight. This bishop has nowhere to go. Yeah, so this looked very bad. So that's why I went for queen takes. But apparently knight takes was okay. After d4, we probably knight back. But then e4, e5 would not look very appetizing because we are moving the knight like 7 times. So okay, a positionally very dubious opening. Here we made a mistake. Bishop d7 was indeed the move, but I was pondering after takes, e6, b5, and it felt like we didn't have a good position. But Engine disagrees with me, and he says, just play e5, a5, everything's fine. And okay, yeah, now that I see it, you know, you can't really take, because then I take. If you play e3 again, if takes, takes, if you take the rook, yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. But we just completely wrong here, and we went knight c6, and I completely missed d5, which was a great move. I took. Engine says a6 was best move. a6 plus f takes, we can take this. It's more challenging, I guess. And if he moves back, which is the best move, we can play b4. Oh, sorry, b5. And now I think he will take, right? Or not? If takes, take, and we can move the knight back. Oh yeah, this is actually a great move, a6. It shows a lot of resistance, and after takes, take. Yes, he wins a pawn, or even more than a pawn, actually. He also gains some, well, I lose my right to castle. Yeah, but there's something to say for this line. It's probably objectively better. We didn't go objective, we didn't go better, we just sacked the piece for nothing. Well, for a pawn. And we tried to make his life, his converting as hard as possible. We played very tricky moves. We took here, so we could place a rook on an open file. Activity of pieces. Queen b4. If the knight moves anywhere except g6, we had mates. And yeah, but he moved very nicely there. We tried to continue the trickeries here with knight d6, but I imagine this was not so good. Maybe b4 slightly better. Let's see what the engine says. He likes to see even less. You can just go move back. And now you're also stopping your own threads and lines. Okay, maybe this was the way to go. Engine gives b4, but engine also says this is losing. So we have to go for human tricks here. Then after he moved back, we took and had some great initiative. Notice now that the rook is a lot happier now that the bishop is gone. And basically our opponent played the only move, but he also gave us a way out. Then g5, which was not really on the board. I should have. G5 is the right idea, because h6 g5 is the thing you want to go for, I think, in these positions, to restrict the king from going anywhere. So the idea was probably good. So let's say he makes another random move. We're already quite winning for some reason, because we have, I think, we have bishop f1. Wow, threatening mate. Very nice. Knight takes g5 and rook g1. Probably only move takes. He didn't see that the queen could also take back, and now we have this endgame. And I think the endgame was not a good execution. You want to keep things on the board, but he was definitely doing better. And why? Is the question. What? Bishop f6, threatening rook a h1. And if I don't do anything about it, check is coming. And look at the king, it's stuck. It's almost stuck here. g5, threatening checks here. And he wants to play king g, let's say random move, king here. Another random move, and you have mate on the board. That's great. Wow, the idea is great. And he didn't play this, he played something else, but I also just missed this whole check. But I did play king g6. Wow. Yeah, I think the game was roughly equal after this. c4 best move. Wow, I'm so proud. Yeah, we won on time. I think the game would have continued with b takes, or probably a more human move would be to push the pawn, hoping for some counterplay here, but I don't see it. And then we could go for bishop d3. Going for this is a nice discovery, and you might not see it. You never know. But if he does see it, okay. And if he doesn't see it, let's say he goes here, going for something here, right? Then we have a pawn, and we actually are better. He goes back, we go for another pawn, probably. And I think this is good. So yeah. That was the game, we won on time. Dirty flagging, but it's also nice because we always get flagged. And this analysis is getting too long. But thank you guys for watching. If anyone's still watching, bye bye.